All right, welcome back to another video. Welcome to Marxisms. Please like and subscribe. I have my Aunt Karen on today. Um, so we're going to have a little discussion about a few things. And she wanted to come on and talk about a few things that she's concerned about. And so we're going to let her. And here she is. How you doing?
Good, good.
Good.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, welcome
Yeah.
aboard. Good to have you.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad to be here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about being, which I think everybody must face, is you reach points where you feel depressed, I guess is the best word to use, but
Yeah.
about what's happening, and you think, what can I do? I'm an average, everyday citizen. What can I really affect? And
Yep.
so then you get kind of in a funk and just kind of stop talking and stop doing that. And a couple things spurred me on. I heard a couple people say, we have to remain verbal. We have to talk to people. We have to say, because otherwise it might be too late. It could be too late already, but let's hope not.
Yep.
And so then I thought, okay, I need to go talk to Mark and discuss some of these things because it's
Sounds
so
good.
disheartening as an American citizen.
It is. It's frightening. I mean, doing this, trying to do this show and everything. I'm doing a lot of research and reading a lot of different things. It's like I'll sometimes wake up in the morning. It's like, okay, am I going to do a video today? What am I going to do it on? And so I have to, go through the news, and it's like I said in one of my videos, man. There's not a lot of good news out there, to be honest with you. I mean,
No,
I know there's good news out there, and I like to in my own life find the good things, and I do, and enjoy those. But I'm kind of taken aback at the people that are actually suffering. I'm doing okay now for the moment, but I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't, and so
oh,
I worry about them, and then I worry about me in the future, of course, you know. But
well, yeah, and I think that's my problem. I feel so bad for some people. I mean, we're lucky that right now we're doing okay.
yes,
We
exactly.
don't know what 6 months from now or a year from now will bring us,
Nope.
but it is up to the American people. We have got
Yeah.
to stand up to what's going on. I'm so disappointed in our Congress.
Oh
And last
God.
week is a perfect example. They finally reached the Senate, decided we're going to do this.
Yep.
We're not going to fund ICE or DHS, but they're going to fund FEMA, the Coast Guard, and TSA. And I think there's one other thing. I can't remember what the other one is, but those are the three big ones.
Yeah.
So that's the bill. Goes to the Congress or to the House of Representatives. Nope, they aren't going to pass it.
Nope.
No, no. So what do? They already know the senators have rushed out of town because they passed their part.
Yep.
And then the House of Representatives says, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to fund it all for 6 months. So they passed that bill, which means it's dead in the water and they know that,
Yep.
but they don't care.
No, no. Mike Johnson is a little dweeb who's permanently stuck to the butt of Donald Trump.
I know. But what I can't figure out, he knew Trump was going to sign that bill, that executive order,
Yeah.
pay the TSA. So
Yes.
I really thought he would do that. He would follow and pass what the Senate did.
Yeah.
Of course, wrong,
Nope.
but nope, he's not going to do it.
Yeah, that guy's a weasel, and it's very clear that he does not care about anything but advancing whatever
But
cruelty the Republican Party wants to do this week. But they're not American. That's very
no,
un-American. He doesn't give a shit
no,
about America. None of them care about Americans.
no, and just the way they treat people tells you that. I
Trump
mean, their
Trump is
own constituents,
Trump is in there
not
to
their
make money. He's made $4 billion. This is unprecedented. A president profiting like this during his presidency. $4 billion he's made, something like that.
I know, but Congress
Unbelievable.
isn't doing anything about it.
Of course not, because they're all permanently attached to Trump's butt.
Yeah, I
They're a bunch of sycophants. It's
right.
disgusting.
And but that kind of leads us now, before I forget though, the whole bill. I did go out and research it this morning.
Mhm.
And supposedly, because he signed this executive order, TSA is possibly going to be paid tomorrow.
That's it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, no one has said this. Are they paying them all their back pay, or are they just going to pay them for the week?
Right.
You know,
Well,
small
yeah.
detail.
They deserve their back pay because, like you said earlier in our pre-show, they have bills to pay. They have car payments and mortgages and probably
Yeah,
other outstanding debt that they can't pay if they're not getting paid. So
I
that they
know.
need that back pay. You know.
And those people are the kind of job that is, they live paycheck to paycheck
Yes.
because many of them are young.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, 500 have quit so far. So now how are they,
That's a
it
lot.
takes to train a new TSA agent. And so, and I think the clincher for the people of TSA, and I don't blame them for this, what did they do? Order to bring in ICE to help them, who stood around in the airports. I mean, I've seen multiple pictures doing nothing.
Yep.
And they're getting paid, and they're getting paid big dollars.
Yes, they are.
And the TSA people aren't getting paid at all. Just just unforgivable in my opinion, and not American at all.
Very un-American. It's actually more pro-Nazi Germany. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I
I
mean,
agree.
and ICE is. I mean, I'm going to say it again. They are nothing but Gestapo. They have. There's no oversight. There's no rules. It's
Nope.
it's ridiculous, and
No.
I can't
I
believe that
do
I
I
can't.
don't want the Democrats to back off.
Yeah, no,
They
me
need
neither. I
they
can't.
need to do something.
I can't
Yeah.
believe the people that when they pass a state law, like to not wear a mask, and then people go, "Oh, the state doesn't have any precedent over them." It's like that is not true.
Well,
Federal agents have to abide by state law, especially if there's nothing. If there's something in federal law that says they could do something, the state can't override that. But if there's not, which there isn't with masks, in fact, it's a rule that they're not allowed to wear masks. It was a
right.
pre-existing rule before that. There's no reason why be- uh, the state can't pass a law saying that because there is no federal law saying that they can wear masks. So it's
Well,
so yes, they can. The federal agents have to follow state law.
right. And one of the things I don't understand that the excuse is, well, they don't want anybody to know who they are because then they'll be get death threats. And well, you know what? Wake up. That's what lots of people have gone through for the last year and a half.
Yeah,
If
from MAGA, and both sides are doing it. The
right.
swatting and the death threats, and I've had
Oh,
I've had threats being on both sides of the issue. When I was a Republican, I had threats from liberals. I've had way more threats from conservatives since I stopped since I wouldn't support Trump.
oh yeah. I've heard Joe Walsh and Adam Kinzinger both talk about that
Yeah,
from because they were previous Republicans,
right.
But this is, you know what? Policemen don't wear masks.
No, they
And
shouldn't.
guess what? People know who they are.
Well, we have a right under the First Amendment. We have a right to film our public employees at work. We have a right to know who they are when they're eh, working in their job. I mean, literally, if you walk into a government building, I see the First Amendment auditors. They do it all the time. They'll walk in with their cameras and they're like, what's your name? And they're
Mhm.
like, and the guy will go. And they'll go, well, what's your name? And he's like, well, I don't have to answer you because I'm not a member of the public, or I'm not a public official. You are. What's your name? Because actually, they're supposed to identify themselves.
Right. I just, and the thing is, it's sick. And you
Yeah,
know why they're wearing masks? Because they truly are doing bad things.
that's
And
right.
that's why they don't want anybody to know who they are.
Of
In
course.
fact, I just read about somebody last week that his family found out he was ICE
Hmm.
and they were done with him. They said,
Yeah,
you
disowned
know,
him. I love it.
yeah, I just can't be part of this.
Same.
And
Yeah.
because what they're doing is wrong,
Yeah.
period. and they have to fix this. So, but anyway, but hopefully, and it was interesting. They go into the airports and they took their masks off.
Yeah, I saw that.
I know, and I thought,
Yeah,
um,
I thought that was curious too, actually. Come to
that's
think of
what
it.
I thought. I thought this is really odd, confusing to the public. If you
Yeah.
can't in the airport, why can you wear it in the streets when you're harassing and hurting people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's so sad, sad.
Yeah, it
But
is.
anyway, but let's talk about the good thing, which
Oh,
is
okay.
yesterday's
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Kings
the No
March.
Kings rally. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, it was.
worldwide.
I
That was
know.
amazing. I went to
And,
one myself. In we here in Las Cruces, we had about. I would say there was at least 3,000. I think
oh,
the first one we had was still a little bit bigger. Was about five maybe. There was a
oh,
couple of us making estimates, and I didn't spend too much time doing that, but I'd say about 2 to 3,000 people.
well, Grand Rapids, they said was the biggest that they've had.
Mm,
Um, and they've participated in every one. So, but Michigan had 121 sites that were in the state, which
wow.
is a lot
Wow, cool.
for
121,
that.
wow. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
amazing how, I've looked at the map, and it's just, like, red dots everywhere.
I know.
It's
But
there.
the cities that turned out, Boston, Chicago, New York City, I mean, they were huge. Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
um, all of the major cities were very, very big.
Now you had a
Uh,
total estimate, you said?
yeah, they said, this is an estimate,
Yeah.
8 to 9 million.
Wow. And what was the
Now,
first one? 7,000,000?
pardon?
7,000,000 was the first one, wasn't it?
No, I think the very first one, well, it might have been. And
Yeah, I
then the
can't remember.
last one was, I think, 8 to 9, about 8 million, the
Oh,
last
okay.
one.
Alright. Yeah,
But the weather's getting better, so
'cause
that always helps,
yeah,
you
because
know.
the first one here was our biggest, I believe. This one was pretty big, though. This was definitely at least the second biggest.
Right.
So,
And then the other, and we talked about this um, is the number of European cities
yes.
that joined this rally was amazing. They said London was 500,000.
Wow,
500,000.
that's
Now,
amazing. That that
I,
that that still makes me laugh. A No Kings rally in England.
I know. But just remember, their king is only a figurehead.
I know.
Yeah. And and I question how long when Charles dies there will be a king. Because I'm not sure William is totally on board with that,
the
you
the
know,
whole the whole system is so antiquated, it needs to go away. But I know they love their king and queen, most of them. But I don't. Yeah, I
right?
don't get that whole thing. I don't know. I guess
Well,
that's why I'm an
I think
American.
I kind of think England is this what it's all came out about Andrew has really
Oh God.
stopped a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the fact that Queen Elizabeth knew and I mean, it's pretty clear she must have protected him to a point. And so yeah, I think it's pretty sad. But the
That
other
is.
thing, there was Germany, Rome, and they said Rome was large. No, I did not hear any numbers for Rome,
Mm,
but I saw pictures and it was pretty big.
mm.
And I would guess by looking at the crowd, one or 200,000 maybe,
Wow.
but still, I would have not thought Rome would join. And
No.
then last night, before I went to bed, I heard that Budapest had
Hungry, yeah.
they um they said they estimated 3 to 400,000, which they said is very big.
Wow.
But Orban is in trouble and he knows it. But
And that's a good thing. He needs to be in trouble.
yeah,
He needs to be
so
deposed.
yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. Oh, and then Israel
Oh yeah.
in Tel Aviv, they were marching.
Right.
That was surprising to me. The other thing, though, I did hear this morning. This was okay. No, wait, I'll think of his name. Richard Engel, who I really respect as a international correspondent. Over there, and he does all the wars usually.
Hmm.
And yesterday or last night, sometime in the last day or two, Iranian missile went off just outside the sacred city.
Ooh,
He
wow.
actually, And he talked about how important that is. People don't understand that destroying that city could cause a holy war that would be huge. He
Yeah.
said, yeah, he said it's not, that is not a good thing.
No, that doesn't sound like a good thing. Yeah, no,
Mm-mm.
that wouldn't be a good thing at all.
No, it was just outside the Holy Sepulchre, the wall, the Weeping Wall, the Holy Sepulchre, and that's the Christian one, the Holy Sepulchre, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Muslim, whatever is over there, that is the Muslim part.
Yeah, the Holy
That-
Sepulchre is the one that's built over the spot that they used to believe was the crucifixion, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Right.
And
Okay.
he said those three things are just sacred to
Right.
such a large part of the world. And so he, in fact, I had heard that they're not going to allow anybody to celebrate Easter there. Now, I don't know if
Hmm.
that's true or not, but I had heard that.
Hmm.
So it said people, because that's always occurred,
Oh
that
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but he said that this is very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll sit, wait and see. But yeah, but I thought that was interesting that Tel Aviv, that there were Jewish people um, as part of this. Although a lot of Jewish have demonstrated against Netanyahu.
Oh.
Now,
Oh.
granted,
Oh. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, my son, he kind of um, um, associates with people, Jewish people that are feel that way. I mean, he's Jewish, and I mean
um,
that's the way he feel. I mean, his thesis, that's exactly what is on. It's the difference between Zionism and anti-Semitism, or anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. Whereas they link the two. If you're anti-Zionist, the State Department has declared if you're anti-Zionist then you're anti-Semitic, which is absolutely ridiculous, and that's what my son's thesis is about. Because I mean, I'm not anti-Jewish. I don't have a problem with Jewish people, but I have a huge problem with the state of Israel and the way they do business.
and
So
that's how I feel too. I
and
think I I have no problem with Jewish people. I
right,
mean, I grew up with them, live in the part of the country where I lived, it was a very high Jewish population.
yeah,
And so I just I don't understand that whole concept, but I do think the whole anti-Semitism thing is politically motivated. APAC, that whole thing. And it's just it's unfortunate. But
it's kind of a misused word anyway. Because I always ask people, it's like, okay, so you're against the Palestinians? Well, yeah. Well, that makes you an anti-Semite
I know.
because the Palestinians are Semitic too.
I I know. I just well, I
It's kind of funny.
absolutely, and I just I don't understand that whole thing. But that goes back a long way, and I get
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I wish there
But
could be a two-state solution. I don't know if either side is ever gonna be willing to do that. But it's I mean, I get I understand the Jewish side of this, that they wanted, their traditional homeland of 2,000 years ago. But people live there, so I understand the other side too. So it's such a
right.
tough thing. The British
Well,
mandate was so dumb.
yeah. Well, it's kind of how we are now. We don't want immigrants here.
Oh, I know. It's just
Okay, that's what we were founded on,
I know. Well,
and so
but we were founded on white immigrants. That's different.
yeah,
And you
I
know that
get
and
that.
you know
Yeah,
that's what it's about. Because
right,
he's willing to let in, white South Africans and Europeans and whatnot. It's brown people, dark people that he doesn't want in the country.
right, right.
People that don't have the right religion or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know,
So
but
it's prejudice.
we gotta do something. But
Yeah, we do.
I think this no. But now, what I worry about now, this is personal. Trump is, I am sure, seething this weekend over this no Kings rally.
Oh yeah, with his ego.
Because the last time we had one, guess what happened on Monday? He tore down the East Wing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
what will he tear down this week?
I know. I think what will he do to make people pay? Now, it might not be tearing down a building, but I bet you he's going to do something
Hmm.
because he just can't control. and he loves chaos.
Oh
That
yeah,
of all the things that I could tell you for my, at least in my age bracket, and I hear a lot of people say this, I can't take the chaos. It's just so, it never stops. Just
I know, right?
yeah.
He's
And it was that way his first 4 years, but not on steroids.
he's a
Like the,
drama queen.
right. Hmm. And when Biden got elected, it didn't matter how I felt about him. I thought, oh my God, I'll be able to sleep tonight because I know he's not going to do something crazy.
Yeah,
I might agree with everything he does, but he's not going to do something really nutso.
right.
And unfortunately, that's not the case now.
Well, yeah,
And
I mean, I've felt that way with most presidents too. You know, you felt a certain sense of security,
mhm.
that they had some kind of sense about the world and how things worked and whatnot. I do not feel the confidence in this guy. I never have. I mean, and I'm going to bring it up again. Anyone that asks, can we nuke the hurricane is
Oh yeah,
not
right.
somebody I want to be my commander in chief. I'm sorry.
No. Well, and you know what? One thing when you talk about a hurricane, he changed the map
I know.
to please himself,
Yeah, I know.
the weather map.
That
And
was bizarre.
and I thought to myself, do you think we're all freaking stupid? Because that's what it looks like,
Yeah.
right? He makes things up to match whatever because I do believe he believes what he says.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As a narcissist, that is part of their, you know, so, but what can we do? That's the big question mark. What can we do?
Well, the funny thing is, though, it's like some of these other leaders and stuff, like these other dictators that he seems to admire so much. They're able to easily manipulate him,
Oh, I know.
and
But
it's
don't
like,
you think it's weird that North Korea is not even, they're just out of the picture after
yeah,
the first 4 years. I, I can't, because that was a love affair, remember?
yeah, I
They
know.
really loved each other.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was weird. That was weird. Well, it's same with his dealings with Orban and Putin, man. It's just like,
Yeah. Well,
Putin has something on him, man. In my opinion, he just has to.
oh yeah, he
I
does.
mean, there's
But
got to
now,
be.
did
Well,
you read about that Zelensky, they sent out drones and they're able to prove that Russia was doing surveillance over our air bases and the bases in Europe,
uh huh.
and he's telling it to Iran.
Oh
Why
yeah.
why are you not upset about that?
Yeah, no, and satellite photos and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I
Right.
know.
Mm, yeah.
Yep.
I just and what did Trump do? He loosened the gas from Russia.
Well, yeah, that was economic though. I don't think he would necessarily. I think he's mad at Putin, to be honest with you, because Putin's not doing the things that he wants him to do, and I mean, he still talks about, oh, we had a pretty good relationship. I'm a little mad at him right now, you know,
Yeah.
but it's
Well,
like it's weird though. He's still like kissing his butt.
mhm. Well, I think that proves what you just said.
Well,
He's
yeah.
got
Well,
something.
there's a lot out there about, how he was basically bankrupt in the 80s. It was the
Right.
80s or 90s, I can't remember
It was
which.
in the 80s because
It
didn't
was
he
in the
go to
80s.
Russia with his first wife?
Yep.
I think it was his first. Yeah, I'm
And
pretty sure it was his first wife.
it's you believe that he was basically laundering money for the Russian mob.
Right.
That's the I mean, I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying that's true, but that's the rumor, you know.
Right.
Um
Yeah. No, I've heard that too.
so
And I think but I'm amazed that no one in Congress is not upset about the money that his family has
oh
made.
yeah.
What about Jared Kushner? He's
Is
not even part of the administration legally, right?
yeah.
And yet he's over there negotiating for peace. He's doing things that no layperson
I'm
should be
I'm
doing.
wondering
That's
if
not.
that's a violation of the Logan Act.
Well, I think it is, but
Yeah, I'll have to look that up later.
Yeah, but who's gonna do something about
Oh,
it?
nobody, but I mean, I would just for my own knowledge, I know nobody's gonna do a damn thing about it. I
Right. Well, now
mean,
I heard
why
this
should
morning.
this be different than any other crime?
Well, this is true. This morning I heard that they feel pretty strongly boots are going to go on the ground and it's going to be a long war.
Oh yeah, they are. I'm convinced of it because he's gonna we've got the 82nd Airborne in Kuwait right now. We
Right.
have the Tripoli online and the Boxer on the way. And I mean the targets here are Karg Island, A, but they're gonna
Right.
have to
That's
if
the
they take
island, right?
that's the island that has all the 90% of their oil production, of Iran's oil production. But the thing is, if you look on the map, it could be easily shelled from the shoreline. So we're going to have to take the shoreline. And then if you look at the shoreline, you see the mountain range above it,
Oh,
and you realize that the shoreline can be easily shelled, and probably the island too from this mountain range. So now you're going to have to take the mountain range too. So they're
oh,
also going to have to open the strait. So they're going to have to take land there. So they're going to need the Boxer for sure, and its amphibious assault well deck. You know, the Tripoli doesn't have a well deck. The Tripoli is they took the well deck out so that they could carry more aircraft and aircraft fuel. So it's
oh,
the same type of ship, but it doesn't have a well deck. The Boxer has a well deck, and
oh,
that's
okay.
where they have those um, um, hovercrafts and things like that that they land tanks and stuff like that on the shore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, did you see, and I think I saved a photograph of it. Did you see they destroyed one of the three planes they sent over, the Marine or the
Oh, did that really happen? I mean, because I keep seeing
well,
all these
they they
things.
showed a picture of it at the air base where it was at.
E3C Hawkeye.
Yes, right. But I've not heard that anywhere else. So I say that with
Yeah,
reservations.
because I keep seeing these things where on online and wherever that such and such got attacked and shot down. This got shot down, and I saw that one too, and I was just kind of like, okay, is this even real? And
Well, that's
I think I
the
got
thing.
sidetracked and didn't look it up.
Yeah, but I couldn't find anything to confirm things. You
I
know what I
I
mean?
don't I don't think it has. Let's look real quick. Go ahead and I'll look while you
Okay, because
go on to the next one.
I thought I had saved a picture, but maybe I didn't. Because I thought, wow, is that? Oh, here it is. Okay, and the guy who put this out is pretty. John Cooper. Okay, he says this is a new image reporting that the USA FE-3 Century
Okay.
destroyed an Iranian attack at Prince Sultan Air Base on Friday. And so I don't know. And I mean but it could be from anywhere, the picture. See, that's
Yeah,
the thing, I don't
it
know.
it looks to me like it was damaged on the ground.
Yes, that's what it looks like to me. And
Okay.
I didn't think that they stayed at a base, did they? That they would be there that long.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they would have to be there. Those are the that's a that wasn't it's not the Hawkeye. The Hawkeye is the I think the Navy version. That's a regular AWAC.
Oh,
Um
okay. And
yeah, so that's
and
the
that's a
Air Force.
Boeing, right?
Yeah, it's the Air Force
Yeah,
version
yeah,
of it. And
right,
so it wasn't in the air. It must have been on the ground because they
right,
attacked that base. And I
right,
guess some Americans were injured as well. I don't know if anybody was
right.
killed, but
Well, and they say now I heard this morning that there were casualties somewhere that was bombed,
yeah, that
but
was in Saudi Arabia. And when they casualties can be wounded or dead.
yeah, they said
So
that didn't know if it was
yeah.
there were deaths or what. But I did see someone compare a former, a vet
Hmm.
about Iwo Jima, comparing it as an island, right? And the
And
island
Karg
in
Island.
yeah, and he said, "Do people realize 7,000 Americans
Yes,
died? Was
6,800 Americans died. 19,000 were wounded.
right?" And he said, "So if you think this is a good thing, you need to compare what could happen when boots are on the ground.
Yep.
It's not the same as." when you're sending missiles. This is putting human beings in direct and
Well,
I had forgotten that many had died at Iwo Jima.
they'll I know, right? They'll take the island. No, there's no doubt about that. I think there's 750 airborne troops, but they have others like ready to go anytime.
Right.
But anyway, once you get there, I mean, they probably have it fortified. They're probably booby trapping, and I've heard reports that that's exactly what's happening. And then once you get there, they're going to be shelled from the shore. There's going to be drones launched at them. There's going to be missiles launched at them. So they're
Hmm.
going to be sitting ducks there,
Right.
and I know they're running out, but so are we. We're running out of our smart munitions apparently. So I don't want to see our guys on the ground, guys and gals on the ground, and have to call in an airstrike and have them drop dumb bombs. You
Right.
know,
I know. I agree.
it's like
Well, and
Vietnam.
I know. Well, that's how I really, in some ways, compare this to what we did in Vietnam. I mean,
All of our wars end up being like that, though. I mean, look at Afghanistan, and I mean,
yeah,
we
you're
well, that
right.
was
Iraq.
stupid. We should have gone in there, took out Al Qaeda, and left.
Right. Well,
We
it's
didn't
the
even
same
do that though.
when we went to Iraq. We took out the leader, then get out of there, leave. But the
Exactly.
problem is, America doesn't understand that there's someone waiting in the wings.
Uh, uh,
Yes, we got rid of a bad guy, Saddam Hussein, right?
well,
But
yeah,
guess what?
I was going to say we shouldn't have taken out Saddam Hussein because we left, and because basically you leave a power vacuum there. And then we try to, then you have to, prop up a government like we did for all those years and suffer all those other casualties. So it's better just
Yeah,
to leave it alone.
no, no.
It's
And
it's same thing with this. I don't think we're gonna take out this regime. I mean, they thought that they would have had it done by now, and it
oh
clearly
yeah,
isn't working. Um, this is just gonna drag on forever.
oh yeah,
And if you do take out the
process,
regime, you're just going to create a power vacuum. And I know that
right.
the Shah wants to step in there, and that's just not a good thing. Shah Jr., the
Oh
Shah's
yeah,
kid,
right.
and it's like, oh, great. So then we're going to have a dictator, but he's going to be favorable to America. Whatever.
Oh,
I'm sick of that.
right,
It's just
right.
more colonial
Well, but
bullshit.
then there's that leads to another thing. And I heard Trump say this last week. Why are we not talking about what they're doing to Cuba?
Yeah, did you hear his speech the other day? He's like,
Yeah.
Cuba's next. Oh, I didn't
Oh
say it.
yeah.
I
He
didn't say
said,
that. You didn't hear that.
oh yeah, he
Cuba's
said that.
next.
He's
Yeah.
yeah, he said we're gonna take Cuba. What you know why he wants Cuba? I got that one figured out. He wants a place that's beautiful in the Caribbean that he can build his properties on.
Yeah, and another casino.
Right.
Yeah. He
I
wants to
mean,
turn it back into the casino days of the mafia.
and I just think it's so I mean, and then he's still talking about Greenland and he's still
Yeah.
talking about Canada.
Yeah.
This man, there's well, we know there's something wrong
Yeah,
upstairs,
he's
but
trying to get Rubio to buy Greenland.
oh,
But
Rubio?
I guess they can, yeah, Rubio. I guess they consider I guess they consider that part of the Monroe Doctrine. I guess and that's why
Oh,
what we're doing here is just a continuation of the Monroe Doctrine.
yeah. I hadn't even thought of that. Isn't that? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's been talked
we
about a
should
little
be
bit.
but what they're doing to the people in Cuba. I
Well,
mean,
see,
they said everyone in the ICUs have died.
that's always I know that's always the big argument with people go, "Well, you want communism?" It's like, take a look at Cuba, and it's like, yeah, let's take a look at Cuba. Why is Cuba so poor? Oh, maybe it's the U.S. embargo that we've had against them for decades. I don't know.
Decades, right. Hmm. Yep, I
That
agree.
that could have
Mm,
something to do with it. I don't know,
yeah.
or all of
Well,
it.
and if we want to help them or get a different government in, there would be a much more logical, peaceful thing that could be done, hopefully.
King
But I don't know that.
Rubio, King Rubio.
No,
No.
I know.
That's what he
I
wants to
can't.
do. He wants to put Rubio in charge of Cuba,
Yeah, but
set
you
him
know
up
what?
as
If you really
El
pay attention to
Presidente.
Rubio when he talks, Rubio looks so not with the program. I mean,
It's like
he used to
he's got
look angry.
I think he's
What?
got an Elon Musk brain chip in him that makes him loyal
Oh,
to Trump or something. Yeah, he's like a robot now.
I
It's
know.
weird.
In the very beginning, he looked like he didn't. I'll never forget the whole thing that they did to Zelensky when he was at the White House, right?
Yeah,
I thought Rubio, I mean, I looked at him and I thought, he knows. He knows exactly what's happened is wrong,
yeah,
but he couldn't do anything about it. But he doesn't do that anymore. It's like he's just slid into, well, I guess I'll just sit here and not say anything.
right.
But they're all like that. Hegseth, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing.
It's
He's not
God.
he's not qualified.
He's so over his head. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
I know, I know. And what he did this week about the black
Oh, I
the
know. Well, they couldn't be more
woman,
obvious the way they've been trying to erase African American history and everything else. It's like, yeah, it's and if you're
it's
black, they just assume you're DEI, and
oh yeah,
that's
that's
just
well
it's
he
just
said that's
ridiculous.
why he did
We
that
got to
because
do
they
away
would
with
de
DEI. Didn't we have DEI already for like 400 years?
well
That
we've had it for a long
but
time,
it was white people, white males. I mean, we
right?
did. We had DEI for 400 years.
Yeah,
It
we
was
did,
just, but it was white males, or
right. But now it's and I just if there are any African Americans who still support this man,
I know.
they got to be there. I would want to talk to them. I
But
would say, help me understand. Yeah.
the bottom line is, if you support this guy at this point, y- you're stupid beyond repair. I mean, there's just no way that you have any kind of intelligence, morals, or whatever. I mean, it's just it's unbelievable. How could you look at everything this guy is about? The Epstein files. Being in there 32,000 times, just down the line. It's like,
I
but
know.
Pete, you know what? MAGA men are starting to get mad at him now. I was reading about that this morning, because they, people they don't want war anymore. That's one of the thing with
Right.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's like, he promised us no war. He's breaking his promises, and that's what they're going. Hey, we're bogged down in another war, and this is one of the things we voted for you. Um, uh,
Because of
the
that. Right.
economy's shit. You know,
Hmm.
he's I mean, they have to see that he's just raking in the dough. And didn't they all say ahead of the election that, oh, this guy's incorruptible because he's already a billionaire, so he's not going to be greedy, which is just silly, because I don't know,
I
when
know.
did you ever know a rich person that wasn't greedy?
Well, and look at all the ones that have capitulated to him, the billionaires.
Well,
What
yeah,
is that?
because he's threatening their law firm, their licensing, or whatever it happens to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Like the news
Yeah.
media. He's got control
Well,
of them because
and
he's threatening their licensing, which he's not even supposed to
and
be
it's
in
so
control of.
I know, and it's so sad the whole Epstein thing. He got what he wanted. I really believe that's why he even considered a war.
Oh, that's
He wanted
there's
that to
no two
go.
ways about it. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's no two ways about it.
And
And
he wants to go away because he knows that he's in trouble with
Yeah,
it.
and he thought of it as a win-win because he could go over there, be a big hero, finally take down the Iranian regime, take control of their oil and all that stuff. But it just isn't working out the way he had planned.
No. But whatever happened to sovereign countries?
Yeah,
No. He
no.
doesn't, I don't think he even cares about the word
Well,
sovereign.
the thing is, Iran, they were at the table, and they were asking for certain securities, and that they would give up their nuclear program. They were actually talking about doing that before before he did away with that treaty. You
Well,
know,
that was the dumbest thing he ever did.
it
The
is.
Obama put in place, granted, it was not perfect,
No,
but it was at least better than what we got now.
no treaty is ever perfect anyway. But
No,
because it's like anything, everything's a negotiation, or should be a negotiation.
but he
And
doesn't know how to do that, Mark.
I know. I know people that don't know how to compromise and do negotiation. Believe me,
No.
he's one of those people. He wants things all his way, and that's it.
Right.
Simple.
And that's always been kind of an embarrassment to me. Do
Yeah.
you remember in the first his first term when he went to the G7, I think it was, and he was in the back and he just shoved his way forward.
Yep.
I'm like, "Oh my God, what is wrong with this man?" You
Yeah.
know, he wants to be at the head of
And
everything.
the way he did it, he just pushes that guy and then just puts himself out there to the camera. It's like, I should be here in the
That's
front. It
right.
was like, oh my God, how embarrassing.
I know.
What a
And the other
narcissist.
thing, there are lots of things that should have been the end for him. But when he stood in front of everyone and said he believed Putin over the national intelligence, that's what finished me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I thought, okay, this man is not an American patriot. He's not. He's
Nope.
not. Putin is a bad man, a bad, bad man.
Yeah.
And I just hope he's sick because there are rumors that, because he has, I think it's that adult, oh, what is it? It's a form of leukemia, chronic, I believe it's chronic adult leukemia. Shoot, I should know. And you can live a long time with it, right?
Right.
But I've heard that there's been rumors that he is suffering from a reoccurrence of that.
Oh,
And I thought, wouldn't that be good?
yeah.
But who would take his place? That's the problem.
Well, there again, that's the other thing. I mean, Russia's such a corrupt country.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that we're not, but yeah, they're pretty corrupt, and
I
so I don't
know.
know. Yeah, it would definitely be not necessarily. Well, I mean, I don't know how you get worse than Putin, but I hate to say that because I know it can happen.
Yeah, well, we
So
do. Look at what happened to us. I mean,
I know.
who would ever think we would be here?
Well, I always figured we would at some point, but it's interesting how it happened.
Oh,
It
it is.
never happens the way you think it's going to, but you always know if you're a historian, you know that it's gonna happen, and you start seeing the signs and you start seeing the possibilities of it, because the possibilities kind of have to be there. You have to have the problems to make it, um, or at least the perceived problems uh, to make it
Right.
so people will believe it. And it's like with the immigration thing. I mean, we've been bringing immigrants, Republicans, Democrats alike, have been bringing them in for labor, cheap labor forever. They're
Oh,
the ones that have done it. And
well,
then
Eisenhower set up the whole thing with Mexico,
that's
you
right.
know, for the farming.
Yep.
And
I forget what that was called,
I
but
know, and there's a name for it. I agree with you. I can't think of it. But he set that up that they could come and do that. But, we've never liked immigrants, even way back in our early history.
yeah, Operation Wetback.
When the Puritans came, they didn't like the Indians, the Native Americans.
Yep.
And then when we started bringing more people
Well,
in,
they were
the Irish.
heathens. We had to Christianize them. Come on.
Oh, I know, that was the whole thing. It was because they weren't Christian. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, our history is not really as good as
I'm
we
I'm
like
I'm
to.
glad that Sheldon put that in what was that 1923 the Yellowstone show. I don't know if
Oh,
you ever
yeah,
watched any of
yeah,
those where they had the
that's
Indian
right. Yeah.
schools. I'm
Hmm.
glad he included that. So
Right.
because a lot of people don't
Well,
know about that.
well, and you know what? There are several things. If you think about it, in the last few years, I did not realize that American Indians, we did not make them citizens
No,
in in the 1920s. I think, isn't that correct?
something like
When
that.
yeah, they made them the American citizens, and I'm like, how could I miss that in my history? Well, nobody ever taught me
They
that.
don't they don't teach. Well, how did we miss Tulsa?
Well, that was my next statement. How, in God's name, did we not know about Tulsa?
Yeah, when I first heard about that, I'm like, oh my God, how do we not hear about the? Oh, okay, never mind. I know
Yeah,
why
never
we didn't hear
mind. They
about it.
didn't teach it to us or tell us.
We got to sweep
And
that stuff under the rug.
I
Oh my
know.
God, what a
And how the whole statue thing, the statues in the South that were,
oh
we took down. Okay. And at first I thought, well, that's part of history, right? Until I did my homework. And oh, no, those were Jim Crow statues.
That's right.
They were put there to remind Black people of their station in life.
Yeah, and we don't. You know what? That's the equivalent of a participation trophy, and it's also the equivalent of having a kids book with pictures. You know, our history is usually written. Statues are to glorify people.
Right.
You know,
Correct.
history is written, and or passed down orally, whatever. But that's how we preserve our history. So taking these statues down is not taking away our history in any way, other than
No, right,
other than
correct.
the history of Jim Crow, the Jim
Right.
Crow era. That's like you said, because that's exactly what they were. Most of these weren't even put up right after the
Oh,
Civil War. They were put up
oh
much
no.
later. A lot of them in the like early 20th century.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and see, and I was thinking they had been there longer than that. And then when I did my research, and it's the same with our history.
Yep.
We, you know, I didn't realize, I mean, I've done a lot of studying these last few years. And, you know, back during Hitler, when he was coming to power,
Hmm.
before we became involved in the war,
Yeah.
there were a ton of Americans
Who
who
were
supported,
Nazis. Yeah, that's right.
and they were congressmen
Henry
and
Ford.
senators.
Henry Ford. Let's see who
Yep.
else. There was a couple of famous people. What was that? One of the aviators was, I
Oh,
think. What the hell's his name?
okay. It's right on the tip of my
I
tongue.
know, me too.
Charles Lindbergh.
Charles Lindbergh. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, there was.
And then,
Yeah. Well, America.
and
Look at America anyway. America's always been a very racist country.
oh, we have, we have.
I mean, I hate
And
to
then
say
what?
it, but it's, when people's like, oh, no, we're not. It's like, show me the evidence. Yeah, we
Right.
are. You know,
Hmm. Yeah.
we've had,
And I guess maybe that's a positive thing in the respect that if we can talk about that now and
yeah,
people realize it,
yeah.
that they see, um, you know,
You,
I really think we're going to end up. I don't want this to happen, but we may have a civil war.
yeah. I've been
Not
talking
a
about that
civil
for a
war
while.
like I should say revolution.
Yeah,
That's probably a
like the
better.
French Revolution, not like the glorious American Revolution. Yeah, it would be more
No,
like the
right,
French Revolution. It'll be
right,
ugly.
right.
It'll
More,
be intrigue. It'll be awful.
yeah, yeah,
Nobody will know who the enemy is. It's not good. Not a good. It
right.
wouldn't be a good. It wouldn't be a good look on
No.
America.
Well, and just like, this whole ICE thing, that's the other thing. I think Trump wanted to take away from Epstein. That's one of his things. He likes to do things to shock us or cause chaos that will put the thing he doesn't want on the front burner. ICE is another one. He knows how much Americans hate ICE now. They're still working. They're still doing all the things they did before, but they're
Yep.
doing it more quietly.
Yep. They are.
And the news media in some places is not covering it
I was
anymore
going to say that's the other part of it because he owns them.
because
I wanted to go back real quick, and I wanted about Jim Crow laws. I wanted to say that every state in the union, I think, with the exception of Hawaii, had Jim Crow laws.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of the oh yes, all the redlining and stuff that went on. Every state did that.
Oh,
I have it in my paperwork somewhere, but I have a deed that has crossed out language. That my first house in Santa Rosa,
uh-huh.
the one I had, the fixer upper I did, but there was language still in the deed that is crossed out about not who I could and couldn't sell the house to.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, I can remember that there were rules like that. Well, and
Absolutely.
then the whole Joe McCarthy thing.
Oh
You
God,
know,
yeah.
when I did, Mike and I, we went to see, oh gosh, Mark, I can't think of the name of the movie. It was very popular a few years ago, and it was about a famous producer director who never worked again, never because of
Oh
Joe.
yeah, because of he was accused of being a communist. Yeah.
Because they accused him of being a communist.
Yep.
And the thing I learned in that one that was so interesting, and of course I went and verified it all, but Hedda Hopper, big Hollywood, you know, uh, reporter, just for them.
Yeah.
She was part of it. John Wayne was part of it.
Oh yeah. John Wayne was a
John
big time
Wayne,
racist.
Yeah.
He
And
called even in the was it the play 1979 or 78 Playboy, interview or something like that,
oh,
he called himself a white supremacist. "Oh, I'm a white supremacist," and blamed, black people for, their position in life and everything else, and it's like, "Oh my god."
I know. And I thought, here we made this man a cowboy hero, right?
Ugh,
And I think, oh my gosh, because
it's
you know who,
disappointing.
well, I'm a big I Love Lucy fan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Lucille Ball and Ricky Ricardo were caught up in that. And they really had a difficult time. They tried to get them banned as
Yep,
communists.
yep.
And it that was so shocking to me when I realized that, I mean, they ruined people's lives.
Yeah, thank
So
God. Who is the guy that stood up and on the floor and just read him the riot act that basically ended all that? That was the
that
best. That's
ended
the
it. Yeah, and I'm
best.
trying to think of who that
I
was,
can't think
but
of who it is
thank
either.
God. But the
Yeah.
problem is it just went underground.
The who? What?
That it went
Oh, it
underground then.
did. Yeah, yeah.
That's what
Well,
happened.
it
It became
revived again in
the Tea
the
Party
Reagan
and
era, and then
well,
definitely is.
Newt Gingrich was the beginning of all that we're facing in Congress. He started, if you really look, he's the one. The
Well,
Tea
Reagan did too, though. Reagan was, the kind of the
Oh yeah,
first, the new,
no, as
the
a president.
yeah, and then
But
after
I
that,
mean
yeah,
as a
definitely Gingrich
leader.
was very, and he was such a hypocrite. That's what's funny
Oh,
about it. They
well,
always
they're
are.
all hypocrites. They're all.
I know.
Look at
That's what's
what
hilarious.
I know. I'm just like Nancy Mace when yesterday they showed a video of her going through the airport being securely taken so she didn't have to go through TSA and to get to her plane. I
Yep,
mean, how can you what a hypocrite.
yep. The arrogance of them.
The people are waiting 6 hours missing their planes, but oh, you're going to get where you're going. I
Hmm.
mean, we really need a lot of reform in our Congress.
Yeah, we do. Oh, yeah. I mean, they shouldn't be allowed to do a lot of the things they do. Um, some of the perks they should be taken away too, because they should be take their health care should be taken away
Uh,
because either that or it should be given to everybody.
right,
You
right.
know.
Well, now they do, well, until Trump, I can't say now, they did participate in Obamacare. The whole
Yes.
Congress was forced to do that.
Yeah.
And they had to pay whatever. But the problem is, and this is the thing people don't understand, it's like anything. GM is this way, any big company or school system. When you have a huge population that are all together for healthcare, that causes you to have a great healthcare because the youngest people are what drive the cost.
That's right. Because
Because that
they're not getting sick, but they're paying it.
right. And so they're usually young people. And so, of course, the government, the federal government had great health care. Think of how many thousands of people belong to it. And when they went to Obamacare, guess what? It was the same thing. They were all in Obamacare, but there were thousands that went into it. And so it made it cheap for them. So
Yeah.
you're right. They shouldn't be able to do that. And
No.
they shouldn't have it for life either.
No, no. If the rest of us don't get it, see, that's what
Yep.
I keep saying. Everybody, these big companies, a lot of these politicians, they want to. If you want free, oh, you want free healthcare, and it's like, well, no. I mean, we pay taxes. It's not free. We
Right.
want you to spend money on things that are important and take care of people. Um, you guys get, that doesn't make me a socialist because you get socialist benefits. That
No,
they get socialist benefits, and then you're calling me a socialist for wanting them.
I know.
It's
Well,
like, give
and
me a
we're the
break.
only industrialized country that doesn't have universal
Yeah,
health care, doesn't have free
and
education.
it doesn't mean I'm not a capitalist because I am for market economy. I was talking about this last night with my uh, dinner partner, but it's like, yeah, I mean, it's good to have. That's what I was telling him. It's like, well, I'm a social democrat, and because I believe that we should have a a market economy, but we should also have social programs to take care of people, and ones that are beneficial to our whole society. Having health care is beneficial to our whole society. You're going to do away with all the bankruptcies, first of all, and then free education. If you have free education, not everybody's going to want to get a PhD, no, and not everybody
No,
should try to get a
no.
PhD because they're not capable of it. I don't know. I mean, I probably could. I don't know, but it would probably be hard.
Well,
or
especially as
or
we get older.
or trade school, or whatever. We should pay for
Right,
something that's gonna make all of our the people in our society valuable members of society who can do stuff, you know,
right.
and
I
give
agree.
the jobs, Wendy's and McDonald's jobs back to kids, to teenagers, for part-time work and stuff like that, outside work experience. Whatever happened to that? Do we even do that anymore? I see
Oh, no, I don't
these have
think so.
become careers for people instead.
Well, because they can't get anything else.
Yeah.
And it's just
Oh, I know. That's the problem. Yeah.
no. And I don't know. Do you know what TSA makes? What their salaries are? Do you know? I think they only make like 18 or 20.
Yeah, I don't think it was much. I did look at it the other day.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but that's the thing we don't think of. I've always said this. This was way before I got
Oh,
involved in
wow.
the people who are the most essential to our society.
Yeah. Like teachers.
Do teachers, nurses aides, radiology people. I think of medical because I'm in the medical field,
Yeah.
but I mean, you could probably name a bunch from where you are. Building
Yeah.
buildings. Those are all essential people.
Hmm.
And we do not recognize them. Why should they not get universal health care? Why should that be not be taken off the table for them or any American that would help their lives better? And just like our medical system is in a horrible, horrible crisis cost wise.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, the
the only
biggest
thing that's going to fix it is universal health care. That
the worst thing that ever happened was that they privatized our
oh,
healthcare. When it stopped being a nonprofit,
you're right.
it ruined everything.
Yeah,
And
insurance
TSA
and
agents make 32,000 to 70,000 a year.
oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I guess if you live in Michigan, I mean, I mean, I'm from California, so I'm looking at
Oh
that
no,
going,
you're
oh
right.
my God, I made more than that.
Right. Well, the thing is, you have to remember that, and that's part of the problem in the whole country is we think, oh, if you live in Alabama or Louisiana or someplace like that, that's probably a really good salary. But
Absolutely.
if you live in Chicago, New York, California,
Not so
uh,
much.
Arizona, I mean, think of all the states that the cost of living is huge.
I looked at Alabama when I retired before I moved here, because Presley. But anyway, I because it looked like they were going to live there, and so I was looking at houses there so I could be close by, and it's because it's cheap. I mean, you could own.
Right.
I mean, it's like a half an acre or third of an acre or something like that of land, basically, and a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom house for like. At the time, they were like $150,000 or something like that.
I
I'm like, oh
know.
my
I
God,
know.
I could have a really
I know.
nice place.
I know. It's just sad.
But
But the red states are the states who use our most of our Medicare or not Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, all of the benefits for
yeah.
the poor people because the blue states are the ones who pay for all of that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, well, it's like everybody
But they
talks about,
punish the blue states.
let's divorce ourselves from California or this or that, and
Mm,
I'm like, yeah, well, who do you think pays your welfare? You
I
know,
know.
they pay,
Mhm.
and Texas pays a lot too because they're a pretty big state, but
Right.
um, yeah, no, California pays for those states. You know, the
I know.
federal dollar is going to them. So you want to remove them from the United States, the fourth largest economy in the world. That's just dumb.
I know. But he wants them to pay. That's the problem. And he
Yeah,
says it outright. You don't even have to make that one up. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Well, we can't solve all the problems, but at least
not today.
no. But okay. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah, you bet. And, yeah, thank you the rest of you for listening. If you, come and listen, please come and listen and make some comments. Let's, get some comments going in the comment section. I got 100 subscribers now. So, yeah, it's kinda good. Kinda getting on a roll a little bit here. Anyway, I'm gonna end this. Y'all have a good, afternoon or, day today and morning and afternoon. We're out.